let's study a case study. Perhaps it is the case study of the recent decade, the decline, the fall, the resurrection of the American auto industry. Harvard Business School is acclaimed for the case study method. William George is professor of management practice at HBS. He has actually run a business. What a shock that is, Bill, to have you actually run a business. The auto industry you have written up here. What is your key insight about Mullally and Company?
We have 3 or 4 of the great leaders of America that have turned this industry around. The previous leaders of the auto companies were very encased in Detroit. We bring in actually 4 outsiders because we had Ed Whitaker at General Motors, then Dan Ackerson. Sergio Marchione comes in from Fiat. Alan Mullally, of course, came in from Boeing. These people transformed America's great industry. We give all the attention to the coast, to the Silicon Valley types, and to the Wall Street types. These guys really did it. And they sat down mano a mano with Ron Gettelfinger of the UAW, negotiated new contracts, and have put the American industry back to being competitive with the Japanese, the Germans, the Koreans, and the Chinese. And I think it's a remarkable story.
How do you respond, Bill George, to the critics that say they got bailed out by the government, that none of this good stuff would have happened without the check being written by the government?
Well, the reality is Ford didn't get bailed out. They went to the banks, mortgaged the entire company. The Ford family put up its entire net worth to borrow $23.5 billion, and they came back. Look, the previous management got in deep trouble. I can't support what the old GM and Chrysler managements did, or Ford before Mullally. And so, yeah, they got bailed out, but this is a case where it's a good bailout, and the government's going to come out of it just fine. And I think there's one case where government intervention was necessary. Bush started it. Paulson and Bush got it going, Tom, and then Obama picked it up. Obama didn't want to do this, but they had no choice, and the guys that ran that auto task force did an outstanding job structuring a proper bailout where all sides were protected. The unions came out fine, but jobs are being created, suppliers are coming back. And this is what we need to do with American industry. We need leadership like this, and we don't have it. We need to change the leaders, Tom.
Bill, you're praising the leadership of some of the new generation of the auto industry, the Alan Mullally's and those CEOs. What about the the Elon Musks, an outsider who certainly is shaking up the model, disrupting, if you will, the traditional model of the auto industry?
I love it. We're going to have a chance to visit with him later this week. I think it's fantastic. Go for it, and let's see what happens. Is America ready for the electric car? I don't know, but this is where innovation comes in. And I think the challenge of a new company starting up can really challenge the larger companies to think more innovatively, and I think they are. And I think this is great. I wish we had more companies. The auto companies, the problem has been such a big industry, no one's founded anything like they did in the 50s and the 40s. But I'm all for it. And I think we need these innovators coming in. And by the way, at the component level as well, we need batteries that are more effective. We need everything. But I'm glad to see America reviving its industries. That's why we started this competitive task force at Harvard Business School. Our dean did under Michael Porter and Jan Rifkin. And that's what's shown we can make America competitive again if government and business and labor work together instead of looking for win-lose situations like we have in other industries.
Bill George, thank you so much with Harvard Business School today from Minneapolis.